Hello, friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever your time zone is. Thank you if you're watching the playback. I am Brittany Sigliano with True North Beauty, here to pop in on your Wednesday lunch hour to do what we're calling our beauty break. So this is, I don't know, number four, number five. We started out with an intro and then a few sessions, three sessions, we did what I refer to as the non-negotiables, talking about cleansing and moisturizing and sun protection. Today, I want to jump into some of the treatment things that I have been asked about. So when we're talking treatment, looking at sunspots and melasma and wrinkles and fine lines and acne, all of that falls into the treatment category. So today we're going to start with sunspots. And I want to throw out just a little bit of more information, a little bit of a deep dive on some of the stuff that we're not able to cover during a beauty chat. And again, if you haven't scheduled a beauty chat with me, I encourage you to do so. I've got some exciting stuff I want to tell you about at the end of this beauty break. But let's dive in. Let's talk just for a quick couple minutes about sunspots. And I want to clarify, sunspots are very different than melasma. So melasma, typically we see in women, it's almost common, it's almost the norm now to see it in especially pregnant women or postpartum women, right? So we see it sort of along this jawline, we see it on the upper lip, we can see it above. And that's just, I mean, that's a skin condition. It can be treated, but know that melasma, it's a long-term ongoing treatment, and something that actually you'll have to be smart about. Melasma actually has the ability to suppress some of the treatments that you are using. So you have to change your treatment plan up. When we're talking about sunspots, typically we see that on the sides of our cheeks, right? We can see it on the foreheads, the nose, sort of those areas that pop out when we're in the sun, hence the sunspots. We often see it on our chest, we see it on the backs of our hands. Um, I want to just talk real brief about some of the treatment options that we have. And I will jump back to a couple weeks ago when we were talking sunscreen. That's your number one best defense. And most of you have heard me say I prefer the physical block. We talked about physical versus chemical blocks a couple weeks ago. Physical block is better both for sunspots and melasma because you have that physical block. You're not having anything that breaks down and having some of that breakthrough UV radiation come through. But what do you do when you get those sunspots? You have darker ones, you have lighter ones. Sunspots are a reaction to the sun caused by melasma coming forward. It's your skin's response in trying to protect your skin, which is why we see that come up. You see it after a burn. You'll see it in those places that get more sun. Like I mentioned, cheeks, forehead, nose, chest, backs of hands. So when you get those, you want to move into a treatment plan more than just the wash, moisturize, and sunscreen. Really, there's a couple of different things that you're going to want to be putting on, and starting with a little bit of a retinoid. So be it animal-based product retinoid like vitamin A or a natural-based retinoid like what we've got in some of the products of True North, specifically in the chaga. That's going to help to exfoliate and buff away some of those spots. The next thing that you really want to have is a pigment suppressor. So often you'll hear this referred to as a tyrosinase inhibitor. And one of the more common ones that you hear about are like a hydroquinone, kojic acid is another really popular one. Those sorts of things help push that back down and prevent it from actually coming up. And then, of course, you want to add a vitamin C, which is going to help with that cell turnover and keep that going. And then sunscreen, 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 sunscreen. So know, though, sunspots are also really challenging to get rid of with any over-the-counter product. You can lighten them, but if you're really truly looking to fully eliminate, I'd hate to be the bearer of this news, but you'll have to look at something more laser type treatment. And that's done through your dermatologist or someone who has the knowledge and the medical license to do laser for those sunspots. Oftentimes, we typically will head towards the IPL. Pulse laser that hits those sunspots. But if you also have a combination of melasma, you've got to be incredibly careful about doing laser because that can sometimes make melasma worse. So you need to, if you're really looking at true full elimination of those spots, go see your dermatologist to find out the best treatment plan. But if you've got something that's a little bit lighter, or you're just looking at to reduce it, then those retinoids, pigment suppressors, and the vitamin C's are really going to be your best help in treating those spots. And then, of course, your sunscreen. And I will tell you, you know, when I started with True North, it was a lot of testing and a lot of excitement. I come from a medical background using medical grade skincare products and switching over to more of a clean line, more of a natural line. I was questionable, like maybe many of you are. And I will tell you, I also started using a facial serum for the first time when I started with True North. I had a couple of spots, lighter spots on my cheek, that I've been able to get rid of with the facial serum. And then I've had some of my long-term spots that I have on my cheeks, that I'm able to really keep at bay and easily cover up with my sunscreen. Last week I talked to you, or 2 weeks ago, talked to you about the sunscreen that I use, which is the Color Science, and it has a tint in it. So that's my foundation because I don't believe in fully covering up our faces. I believe in, I earned some of these wrinkles and I earned some of the stuff that's on my face. I'm not looking to hide, and I don't believe anybody else should either. Want to look my best, which is why I use a tinted sunscreen because it makes me feel a little bit better. But the True North facial serum, so the oils that it's got in it, and forgive me because I've got to use my cheat sheet, but Chaga has, it's got a natural based retinoid in it. So as you hopefully know at this point, all of the True North products have chaga in them. Chaga is that powerful, powerful, the anti-ingredient, really, the antimicrobial, antibacterial, and antioxidant. But the other properties that it has, it's got a natural retinoid in it. Um, it's not gonna be your strong, powerful vitamin A that's gonna make you red and your face peel off, but it's gonna help with those spots. It also, there's new data that it's got a natural pigment suppressor, so that natural tyrosinase inhibitor, um, which is why we see the lightening of some of those darker spots, and we can actually see some of the light spots disappear. And then, of course, the various additional oils that are in the serum that all have that vitamin C to help with those cell turnovers. Um, if you're not using that, I would recommend, if you've got questions or concerns about dark spots, and it can also be helpful with melasma. Melasma is a more long term, a little more difficult to treat, but it's still going to help with that. If you're not using that, I would highly recommend that you incorporate that into your routine. And if you've got questions on how to incorporate that into your routine, then I also suggest that you schedule a beauty chat with me. And that's that time that we have our 30-minute one-on-one session, just you and I, wherever you are, in your car, in your closet. It doesn't matter. Makeup, no makeup, it's not to judge. It's to help figure out what routine is best for you and your needs and your lifestyle. And with that, I want to move into some of the exciting things that we've got. Well, one of the exciting things that we've got coming up. It happens to be True North's 6th birthday. And the special and the birthday celebration that Heather has running is nothing like I have seen before, you guys. The sale has started. And what would a celebration with a skincare company be without a sale? So, right now, through next Monday, the 18th, everything is 25% off. 25% off. You don't need a code. You don't need anything. You just jump online and place your regular order. Now, you'll still get the free shipping if you do $75 or more, but additionally, you're going to get a free gift. And I'm not going to tell you what that gift is. I happen to know. I'm not going to tell you. Just know that it is a great free gift. this is the time to really purchase at 25% off. I mean, I have never seen something this good. This really is, quite frankly, as good as it gets. So I would encourage you, jump on. If you have questions about what you should be getting or how to incorporate products into your routine, schedule that beauty chat with me. They're free. They're free. It's really just a session for you and I for me to help answer some of your questions and get these products into your routine, and you know how to use them and feel comfortable using them. Now, I will also say we're not immune to some of the supply chain issues that are going on either. So as much as I hate to say it, there are things that we may not have in stock, or we may be running low in stock before too long, and it might be a little bit before we get back in. So this is not a cheesy sales tactic to get you on and buy. I just want you to know that, as a small business, as a female owned business, Heather and True North are not immune to the supply chain issues that the rest of the world is having. And so if you need to place that order, I mean, really, now is the time. And if you've got questions, please schedule that beauty chat. All of this will be in the link. Or if you just go to truenorthbeauty.com. Everything is there. We make it super easy. Again, no obligations with the beauty chat, but enjoy the shopping for the birthday celebration. If you've got questions and you want me to dive a little bit deeper in some of the sunspots and the melasma, schedule that chat with me or ask your questions below. Make a comment, I'll respond. And in the meantime, keep that sunscreen on, incorporate a facial serum into your routine if you haven't already. Happy shopping and happy birthday, happy 6th birthday to True North. I'll see you all in a couple of weeks. Take care.